Alright guys, I'm going to try to make my first video from my full-time job. So what this video is a 2014 Chevy Malibu, and this Malibu needs a water pump. And these ones are actually pretty straightforward, pretty easy, something you can do in your driveway. I've done a couple preliminary things to speed this process up because I didn't want to make this video 45 minutes long, and I'll show you what I've done to speed this up. The older Malibus are not this style, so if you have like a 10, 12, I think even, this isn't your style. I think the 2014s, these are the first ones that I've seen like this. The older ones are in the back side of the motor and they require a special tool. I actually have a video that shows that special tool. So here we go. I'm going to show you what I've done. So guys, that's the water pump right here. My 1/2-inch ratchet's down there on the serpentine belt tensioner. So the belt tensioner has a slot cut into it that'll take a 1/2-inch ratchet, just the head. I'm gonna try to show you that. See how it's stuck in there? I don't have it in all the way and it held. So you gotta pull up on your ratchet, pull your belt off, which I've done. Okay, so that's done. I've also pulled this radiator hose off. I didn't get a lot of coolant out of it, but I suspect that you guys may or may not get more coolant than I did. Okay, so this is the hose. It was a little stuck on. I just had to twist it and pull it off. I just tucked it over here so it's out of my way. It's going to help me gain access to the lower bolt, which is, well, you can see the threads of it right there. Okay, and it's kind of in between. See how it's in between? It's in between the tensioner, or not the tensioner, the hose, where the hose was. So that's why I took the hose off. The other two bolts, there's one there, there's one there. And then I'm gonna tell you the hardest bolt to get I've already removed. Okay, and it's not even that bad. It's all the way. Probably not gonna be able to show you guys, but it's in the back. Okay. And the way you access that, at least the way I do it, is I get it from back here. Which is underneath the exhaust manifold. You can actually, as long as your exhaust manifold is cold, you can reach your arm back there and you can feel it with your fingers. There's enough room. My arm's decent size, and you can feel the bolt. It's a 10mm head. Okay, the tool I used to reach it was 2 1/4-inch ratchets. What a dummy. 2 1/4-inch extensions put together with a short 10mm, and I used a 1/4-inch ratchet, shorty, and that's enough to break it free. They're not high torque. You shouldn't have to force it out. Get it started, reach your hand in there, finish it off by your hand. Okay. So this is the bolt here that I've already removed, and I wish I could show you a better view. I just can't do it, guys. It's so hard to see. I was trying to look through my phone to see if you can see it. Oh, I think you can right there. Where that bolt is missing, that's it. So that's a pretty decent view. The other thing I've done preliminary to what this video has is I put a coolant bucket to catch the coolant underneath the car, and I used a floor jack and I jacked the car up. And the only reason I did that was because I wanted to fit my coolant jug underneath it to catch the coolant. That's the only reason I jacked the car up. It just simply wouldn't fit underneath the car without lifting it up. So that is your water pump. I have 3 bolts left to get out. I'm going to show you the new one. Hold on one second. I didn't open it up. Comes with all those O-rings, and we'll see how many I actually have to use, because some stuff I imagine I didn't take off that they say you have to. Alright, I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to get after this. I'm using a 10mm flex head ratcheting wrench here. Those are the only tools that I'm going to use besides a pair of pliers, which I use to take the hose clamp off for that coolant hose. I know you probably can't see a lot right now because my hands are in the way. I'm just threading out this. It's a 6mm bolt, but it's got a 10mm head. Just threading that out now. Slowly but surely. So guys, I maybe have, I'm going to say I have 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes in this job already. This don't take long. Anybody can do this right in their driveway. The hardest part will be disposing of the coolant or catching the coolant. And I know some people probably won't worry about that a whole lot. You do what you gotta do. Bam. And then the last 2 are on top, and those are going to be the easiest. Oop, almost dropped that one. This is the upper bolt closest to the motor I'm doing right now. Nose is running today, in case anybody cared. I probably could have used an air tool on this and made this a lot faster, but I don't know. maybe a lot of people out there won't have air tools. So this will kind of be just like what you guys would do in your driveway. I would assume. Maybe you guys won't have a ratcheting flex head wrench, but you can do it with a different style wrench. It's just going to take longer. So I'm just trying to spin this bolt out with my 2 fingers. I can definitely do it by hand now. And feels like I got it loose. Come on now. When I go to pop this water pump off, I'm going to assume there's going to be quite a bit of coolant behind it. So that's going to be my biggest coolant loss. I didn't get much out of that hose. My guess is they ran it so low already. I didn't look at this previous or diagnose it, but putting a part in, I'm going to guess from what the description said, it overheated. So they probably lost all their coolant to begin with. I'm going to grab, let's see if it'll pull off. Oh, yep, it's coming. I'm actually going to grab a hammer and probably just a pry bar or a screwdriver just to tap that off. It shouldn't be on too hard. Probably just going to tap on the pulley on the back side because I know I'm not going to reuse it, so I don't care if it gets damaged. Whoop. A little bit of coolant there. As I expected, coolant is pouring out of this water pump. And I'm going to check, make sure I'm catching as much as I can. And there we go. Water pump's out, guys. There's an O-ring there that we got a new one. I'll probably clean up this surface a little bit just to see what it, make sure it's nice and clean, no corrosion on it. And out with the old, in with the new. I'm going to shine my light in here so I can see what the sealing surface looks like. I see a little bit of corrosion down there. Probably going to go grab a scuff pad. Probably going to take me a couple minutes to go grab one. And I'm going to scuff this up. Bump the phone. Hold on, I'll fix it. Not easy doing this with a cell phone. There we go. Oh. All right, be right back, guys. All right, I didn't get a scuff pad because I got thinking about it and I don't want to scratch that sealing surface too much. What I did grab was a razor blade And it's the same principle. You don't want to scratch up the surface because your rubber O-ring's not going to seal if you scratch it too deep. So I'm just going to try to scrape a little bit of this corrosion off down here on the bottom. I'm going to hold it nice and flat and try not to score this up. There's not much on here. Grab a little squirt of brake clean. My videos are probably a little weird, but these, I don't edit my videos. I don't have that technology. I don't even know how. So these are, you know, if I do any of them that are lengthy, it's real time. All right, I'm gonna grab the new water pump, put the O-ring in it. Alright guys, got the new water pump, and I put a smooch of red RTV on this O-ring. I know it looks like a lot, but it's not. I just spread it kind of thick. You don't have to do that. I'm just doing it in case there's a... Hold on a second. While I get a bolt started. Just doing it just in case there's any imperfections in that aluminum mating surface. This RTV is going to help seal that up. I don't want to have to do this job again if it leaks, because the second time I'd have to do this would be for free. So a little bit of red RTV. I almost didn't do it, and then I said, you know what, I'm just going to do it, be on the safe side, a little extra insurance. You guys don't have to do it. I have RTV readily available, so you don't have to purchase it. It's not necessary. So I'm just gonna snug these top two just ever so lightly, so it'll hold the water pump in place, so I can get the lower bolts going. Everything on a motor's got a torque spec, including this water pump, and you should torque everything, okay? I'm not going to. I feel like two things. One, I can get it tight to where I think it's not going to leak and be close to the torque spec. And the second thing is I'm never going to get a torque wrench in there to be accurate enough to make a difference, especially behind the exhaust manifold. I'll never fit one in here, so it's not going to be accurate anyways. You just want to make sure you don't over torque, so you snap the bolt. It's just a 6mm, and you want to make sure you don't under torque, so it leaks. Okay, that's starting to snug. I'm going to leave it there. This one's pretty snug. By snug, I mean it's just starting to put a little tension on the water pump, pulling it to the case. I'm going to start this other bolt right here by the coolant tube. Get it started as far as I can on my fingers. This coolant tube I'm referring to is actually the lower radiator hose. So there is a drain on this radiator if you guys choose to drain the radiator down instead of making a complete mess like I did. Just letting it flow out the water pump. I'll try to show that to you. I can see it from right here. I just didn't want to spend the time, lift the car up, drain it, be delicate about it. I want to get it done, you know. Okay, that one I can feel starting to snug up. I'm going to pull it a little bit tighter than the top two. Now I'm going to reach around the exhaust manifold. It's still hot, so I'm going to be careful. And I'm going to start this bolt back here. Got it in a hole that wasn't meant to be perverted. I'm gonna loosen these top ones up just a touch because I'm having trouble getting that one to start. So I'm gonna create a little space here in case it's got an angle. And with RTV on it, you want to be kind of timely before that RTV sets up. I'm going to loosen this other lower bolt. I think that's what's causing the other one not to go in. There, I can see some space created now. There we go. It's always hard when you can't see what you're working on, but you can feel it. I'm going to go ahead and get my extension in there. I'm going to thread that bolt in quarter-ways. There, got the extension on it. Get my ratchet on it. And I'm going to snug that one up. Guys, the other thing I want to mention, it's important with anything, is tighten these bolts up evenly. So you're not crushing whatever you're installing. For instance, we're doing this water pump.
Yo, bro.
Yo.
Okay, so you were working on that piece of shit dot, trying to figure out that tail light.
Yeah.
When you were checking the wires in the back, like, did you check the grounds and shit back there?
No.
The ground?
No.
I'm wondering if there might be a bad ground though, right? It says that that light will turn on because it's all that system's all done on resistance.
Yep.
So I think, did you put the harness in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I put the connector in it.
Okay.
But
that's the only thing that pops in my head is like if it got pinched and like fucked up the ground and it's not a good ground somewhere back there, it says that. I'm wondering if that could cause it. It's all done on resistance, so I mean if there's a ground fucked up, it could cause it. Or
yeah, absolutely. I told him we had to check the wires if that connector didn't work. That connector seemed to be kind of loose. Somebody put another connector in there before I did. It all been taped up.
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah, so whatever, that thing's been hit.
Yeah.
So I just told him if that didn't work,
Yeah, I just
we
picked
would
his
have
brain
to.
too because I just had to go down and pick up Kathy's truck and bring it back. So
Yep.
I picked his brain the whole time back. Like, Tommy, what the fuck did you do that day? Alright.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Not bad. Easy.
They're not bad.
No.
Not as bad as some of them.
No, the older Malibus are worse.
Oh, the old ones suck. Like, what year is this one? 13?
14.
I think I did one in. No, I'm thinking of the Cruise. You ever done one in the Cruise?
No,
It's
but
like fucking 18 volts.
oh, really?
The fucking thing's like this big. It's disgusting. It's like this big and the car's this big.
So the older Malibus, you got to have the tool to put in the timing cover to hold the sprocket. So when
Oh, yeah, the ones that are
because it's in
driven.
the back.
Yeah. They did that in like the Saturn Views and stuff too.
Yeah, so I've done like 3 of those. Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun. Alright, I wanted to ask you that before I start taking.
Yeah, I haven't done any checking the wires. I just simply splice in a new connector and then.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is if one of those wires is pinched, it would still be good. Like it would still probably put through enough juice to turn on a bulb, but whether.
Yeah, the bulb always seems to work.
Yeah, it's like whether the resistance is fucked up.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks.
That guy's fucking interesting. He's on light duty. He hurt himself. So in that process of the jibber jabber, I was able to snug up 3 of these bolts. And I'm going to go ahead and finish them off. By that I mean get them as tight as I think they should be. I'm going to do the one behind the exhaust manifold. Come on. Alright, got that one as tight as I think it should be. I'm going to finish off these upper ones.